firstly, let's start off with the hosts, Salamina and Tipiso. Tipiso, I don't know Tipiso, I know Hausa. Hausa, thank you. I love this couple so much, and I think Netflix did an excellent job by deciding to go with them to host the show. As we all saw, they hosted the show so perfectly. They were like older siblings guiding their younger siblings without inserting themselves into their situations. I thoroughly enjoyed how they presented. Like, Nick Lachey, Vanessa Lachey, take some notes. Now, let's start with the first couple, Courtney and Aiden. Allegedly, the diversity hires. Because these two people were not open to dating anyone else. I don't care what they say, they were not open to connecting with other people. I don't even know why they were here, because if you're not gonna join the party, then why are you at the party? I also liked Aiden. However, I do feel like he had a good connection with Tabby, and he didn't want to, you know, do the trial marriage with her because he knew what would have happened. He knew very well what would have happened. And you know what, Aiden? I see you. I think Aiden, out of Courtney and Aiden, like that couple, he's the one who really stood out for me between the two. I don't care what anyone says. Aiden is messy. Aiden is messy because why did he accompany Lebu to go spy on Nola and Ruth? Like, why did he do that? Like, he was a real one for that. Even when Ish hit the fan, he still stood by our girl Lebu. Like, when Nola and Ruth came to confront them about spying on them, he didn't back down. He literally stood by Lebu, and I really, really like that. I think Aiden showed Lebu what a partner looks like when you can rely on that partner, when that partner is supportive, even in your shenanigans. That is what a supportive partner will be. And I kind of wish the show focused more on them. I know that they didn't have really a romantic spark, but I do feel like their relationship or their friendship, whatever the case may be, it was still a good one, and there was things for us to definitely pick up on. So yeah, man, I did actually like Aiden a lot. Even though I do like Aiden, I do feel like he went onto the show probably to become like an influencer or like garner a fellowship, maybe to help him build a career, maybe to figure out what he wants to do. I don't really think that they were on the show for the experiment itself, but possibly to use this attention to their benefit. And you know what, I can't knock it. I actually can't knock it because they weren't really messy. They weren't trying to, like, you know, just cause drama for no reason, even though I wish they did. I also liked Courtney. I wish she was more vocal because she expressed a few times that, you know what, Kanye is problematic, and I wish she was more vocal about that around the girls. I feel like it would have sparked conversation, maybe not a fight. I wasn't looking for a fight, definitely not, but you know, would have sparked some conversation. This brings me to Tabby and Genesis. I really like them as individuals. They seem like such great people, like fun people you would love to hang out with. However, being together for 7 years and there's like no engagement ring, no talks of a wedding, especially if it's something that you have communicated in your relationship, I do think that these two are actually not compatible for each other. And this for me was quite evident when we saw Tabby and her connection not only with Lindile but Aiden. I liked actually how she vibed and connected with Aiden. I wish they kind of explored that connection. I also liked her relationship or connection with Lindile. Like, they were so thoughtful for each other, like they cared about each other. They were very much aware of the other person and what they like, and it was just evident by how they gifted each other at the end of the experiment that these two actually do truly care about each other. I do feel that as Black women, we are very much conditioned to be with men even when they are not ready for the relationship that we might be looking for. We are always encouraged to be with men because of their potential. This is very much a thing here in South Africa, and we see it with Tabby. You see it with her where she wants something and Genesis is not there. He is talking about financially he doesn't feel like he's there, but she wants actually to take the relationship to the next step. And because of that, that's why I say these two are not compatible. It's not that they are not a good fit for each other, but just where they are right now in their lives, they are just not giving each other what the other person wants. It's quite unfair to expect someone else to wait on another person to basically get to their level, because it just means that you're not on the same level, you are not compatible. I think it's quite evident to see that Tabi has really grown out of this relationship. The way she connected with Lindile just really show that she is very much ready for a connection, and her ability to connect with someone else while Genesis is there. To me, it did show that she is kind of ready to progress and leave that relationship. And this doesn't mean that Genesis is a bad guy in my eyes. It just means that, yeah, man, your relationship is just not what it used to be. You guys have grown, you guys have changed. I mean, you've been together for what, 7 years? It's a very long time. 7 years, a person can change in so many ways. So in my opinion, I think the relationship has definitely run its course. This is why I will never really encourage a woman to be with someone who is close to their age. Speaking in general, I would always encourage a woman to be with a man who is slightly older than her, not too old, but a bit older than her, because if you're looking for marriage, if you're looking for stability, especially here in South Africa, a lot of young men haven't really figured it out just yet. The unemployment rate in South Africa is very high, and besides even that, again, a lot of men are conditioned to just find a woman to help you elevate to where you want to go. So ladies, just do yourself a favor and be with someone who is already what you want and not what you think they will be later on in the relationship. Just one more thing about Tabi and Genesis. I also realized that it's not that Genesis doesn't know what Tabi wants. He knows very well what she wants, but I also think that he doesn't love her enough, or doesn't like her enough to give her what she wants. Because I do think that if someone wants you, if someone wants to keep you in their life, they will do whatever it takes to make you happy. Like whatever it takes. Of course, if it's within means and makes sense, but they will do whatever it takes to make you happy. So that's why I think that their relationship has kind of run its course. But honestly, they are amazing people. I really, really like them. I don't think it's a reflection on who they are as people. I just think that it's life, and sometimes you're with someone who you really love, but it's just not working. Then we have Caesar and Lindiwe. Oh my goodness, I love these two again. I feel like Netflix really casted likable people. Like it was just one or two people we didn't really like from the show. I love Lindiwe and Caesar. Individually, I feel like they're such great people. And even as a couple, I actually like them. Caesar really just is fun, bubbly, energetic. And then you had Lindiwe, who just seems so dependable, thoughtful, kind. Like they really seem like such a great couple until they separated, and then you realize that, oh, these people actually want different things. So I feel like with Lindiwe is just looking to create a family, like to be stable, to be married and have a wife and just have, you know, their family. However, I feel like Caesar is still wanting to be young, have her fun, enjoy life. And there's nothing wrong, because what I like about both these people is that they do know what they want and they're quite vocal about it. So I think it's just a matter of, are they willing to wait it out with each other? Because yes, you can share the same values with someone. You can both have the same beautiful energy. But if both of you are not working towards the same goal, then is this relationship even worth it? You know, is it worth it to still hang around if you and I are not necessarily working towards the same thing at that time? And I think for me, that's what I'm getting from both Caesar and Lindiwe, is that they're both looking for different things right now. However, what concerned me a little bit about Lindiwe is that he is looking to be married, have a family, but he doesn't sound like he has a stable career. And that for me is a bit of a concern, and also a lesson for women. See, I think that Lindiwe understands the power of a woman and what it can do for his life. I think he's looking for a woman to just hold him down, a woman he can come home to and build that dream life that he wants. Now, normally, I would always say to women, be careful of men like this because they just want your feminine energy around them, because men can actually manifest better with women around them. So when a man has like a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever the case may be, he's able to manifest a bit better. And that's why you see most men elevating their lives when they get into a relationship. Like, they become better, versus some women that sometimes when you get into a relationship with a man, actually your life regresses. But with Lindiwe, I say that is a bit different, and I wouldn't discourage someone from being married to him. Even though he is not as stable as he might be, he is still very much a provider. He mentioned that even though he's doing like different jobs and stuff, he's never gone without money. And we also saw him around the household. Like, Tabi was very impressed. He was helpful, he pulled his weight, and he wasn't just lazing on the couch and looking for a woman who can, you know, look after me. He didn't give me that type of energy. So I think he just needs the right person. Like, he understands the power of a woman and what a woman can do for you as a man. And I think he also understands that in turn, as a man, I need to do this. So I really like that a lot about him. Ruth and Isaac, oh my gosh, they are next. Now, this couple, I did not like them together, definitely not. And individually, they seem like great people. I just think that both of them honestly did not know what it is that they wanted, and maybe the show was an opportunity for both of them to actually figure out what it is that they do want from a relationship. With Ruth, girl, I don't think you can ever come back from saying your partner has a small thing. Like, once those words come out of your mouth, you guys are done. You are very much done, Miss Man. So for me, I already counted them out once Ruth let it out that she told her friend that that man has a small thing. But I do think that the relationship ended a long time ago, and I don't even know why they honestly came to the show. Ruth is an actress, so maybe this was an opportunity for her to be seen. I actually like her, and I would love to see her play a certain role or just be in a movie or something. Like, I would definitely check her out. She kind of looks like Elsa Majimbo, like they kind of look alike. What do you guys think? But yes, I really liked her energy. She's such great vibes. She sounds like a girl you would just have like a really good time with. So I just think the show definitely helped her figure out that, you know what, I don't want this when it comes to a relationship. Maybe I want this. And I also think the show was also a great opportunity for her to kind of self-reflect and learn a little bit about herself. I do feel that Nola played her and tricked her into sleeping with him. I will expand more on that when I talk about Nola. But let's go to Isaac. I do also think that Isaac was playing Ruth, because why would you introduce Kanye to your family so quickly, yet it took you such a long time to introduce Ruth to your family? But at the same time, this is a show where you did have to bring out someone to meet your trial marriage partner, so I guess it had to happen. But I don't think he's a bad guy or Ruth is a bad girl. I just think it's a case of people just not being compatible. And I think as people of color, especially in South Africa, where we have a high GBV rate, a high domestic violence rate, and I'm not saying these people are violent, definitely not, but I'm saying that as a culture, as a people, we need to get used to leaving a relationship when it doesn't work out. Stop waiting for things to become messy, possibly violent, or, you know, just crazy before you decide to walk away from a relationship. Like, if you're just not happy, that is just the case. You're not happy, there's nothing wrong with that. Just share it with your partner, try to fix it. If not, then it's time to part ways, and it's okay. Like, it's honestly okay to end the relationship. Nola and Ruth, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, what is actually going on there? I love Lebo. Like, Lebo to me is such great vibes. She is such an amazing girl. I think Lebo and Kanye are actually two women who are actually suffering from being insecure. And it's very much interesting to see how this is manifesting differently for these two different women. With Lebo, I wish she knew just how amazing she is, because she can do so much better than Nola, like way better. Lebo sounds just amazing. She sounds so smart. She sounds like a great partner, but Nola just wasn't ready for her. Will he ever be? I don't know, but Nola to me is such a typical Praetorian guy. Like, I don't know where he's from, but it's giving Pretoria. It's a really giving Pretoria with Nola. He just effed around. He was very much manipulative. I really didn't like that. This takes me back to how I said that Nola played Ruth, because if you paid attention, you would notice that what Nola did actually that day is that he basically trauma dumped on Ruth. He talked about how he loves women because he didn't really grow up with women. I think his mom passed away or something along those lines. And I think he definitely used his pain to try and get some sympathy out from Ruth, because that's the very night that they slept together. And that's why I think that Nola tricked her into sleeping with her by just sharing his trauma. And this reminded me of sprinkle content. I don't know if you follow Shira 7, but I do. And she always talks about how women should be careful of sharing their trauma, their business, when they start seeing someone. Like, just the first few dates, just keep your business to yourself. Even later on, like, don't share what men have done to you, how they've hurt you, because it sends a certain message to people. Oh, you allow people to treat you like this. So to me, that scenario made me understand the importance of not sharing your trauma too quickly in a relationship, because women, we might use this so that men can like love us more, but men will use this to basically get to sleep with you quicker or just get whatever it is that they want from you quicker. Also, I don't want to be that person. I really don't want to be that person who is questioning someone else's sexuality. I have no business doing that. But guys, why was Nola wearing the strupna? Like, why are you wearing a strupna? Because those pants were short. These pants were very short, very tight. Like, when they were arguing, I kept looking at the pants, but I was like, these pants are concerning me. The problem with people like Nola is that they have great energy. I saw just how well he connected with Ruth, because Ruth also has beautiful energy, like just people who are out there, easy to connect with. Nola gave me that vibe as well, and people like that are very dangerous, because as you saw through him trauma dumping, it felt like you really got to know him. It really speeds up the process of getting to know someone, and it's very much a red flag when someone is rushing through a relationship trying to acquire certain privileges very quickly. Lastly, we have Kanye and Nkateko, probably the couple we've all been waiting to talk about. And you know what, I don't want to say a lot. I actually don't want to say a lot about them, because I never want to encounter someone like that. I never want to encounter someone like that in my life. Kanye is actually like very insecure. Like, her behavior is very much giving insecure. I don't like women. And I think she's trying to come off as a very feminine woman. She talked about how she's a flower and she is the prize. But baby girl, you are deep in your masculine energy. Like, when you are rude, when you are judgmental, when you speak to people the way you did, that was giving masculine energy, like deeply rooted and seated in your masculine energy. And I think that's why you would attract someone like Nkateko, because Nkateko, I don't care what nobody says, he likes it. He likes that mess, because your mama is not forcing you to be in this relationship. She is clear and just very vocal about how she feels about your partner. You've also seen these issues, you talk about these issues, but yet you're still there. Yet you're still there, yet you are still trying to promise her something, which is also very foul on your part, because you know what she wants, and yet you're offering her literally a promise ring, but it is what she deserves. Y'all deserve each other, honestly. Like, I think we can only see someone as a victim for so long, and Nkateko is definitely not one. He is definitely not a victim, and he has decided that this relationship is for him. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, his actions are saying this relationship is definitely for me. It is what I want. It is what I am pursuing. It's what I'm working towards. I want this person. He said it so many times. I don't care what video he posts online, because there's a video I saw on TikTok, him talking about this whole situation. Like, I am actually eagerly awaiting the reunion to see where they are, because Kanye has a baby. Kanye has a baby, and people are saying it's Nkatego's baby, and that would not shock me because Nkateko likes the drama. He likes the mess. And as I'm saying, Kanye is deep in her masculine energy. He is definitely deep in his feminine energy. And this relationship is completely off balance. And that's why there will continue being toxicity and drama and mess, because they need to both work on themselves. Definitely a lot of inner work needs to be done on both their parts, but especially Kanye, because there is definitely no reason in this world to be so rude and mean and harsh to someone, even if you don't like them. And it doesn't even make sense why you don't like them, because you don't really know them. So yeah, a lot of work, a lot of healing needs to take place for these people. But ultimately, I really enjoyed the Ultimatum South Africa. It was actually so good, so entertaining, and I think people can now see what mess we are dealing with as South African women. As someone who grew up in a high control religion, I love dating shows. I love them for educational purposes, because the religion will always paint relationships in a very male-centric way. And to see this play out on TV, like, or any other platform, is always interesting to see. And I feel like it's always an opportunity for us to learn on how to be pursued, how to communicate in a relationship, what you possibly might want out of a relationship, or what you might not want out of a relationship. And that's a wrap. I hope you guys love the makeup. Let me know what you think, and I will see you all next week when we chat about the reunion. Bye.